Managers, do you ever get frustrated by the lack of high-level, consistent performance members of your team? Are there folks on your staff whom you know just have much more in them, and for whatever reason, they don't consistently deliver? Well, today's 5-Minute Manager's lesson, we're going to examine the most important quality of your team's culture and how you can immediately impact that. That's employee engagement. My name is Dan Demers. I'm the Senior Facilitator and President at ReMission Consulting. We're a leadership training company that's helped some of the nation's top companies improve both their performance through leadership as well as culture. Today's lesson is going to cover 2 key ideas so that you can become a better manager and get more out of your team. First, we're going to look at what exactly, based on research, employees want in a culture. Second, we're going to show you how you can begin to deliver it today. By the end of this short video, you'll have a better understanding of how employee engagement impacts culture and what you can begin doing. So let's get started. So what are your team members looking for? Based off of nearly 30 years of research from research firms such as Gallup and Towers Watson, there are 5 key pieces to a highly effective culture. The first, and one of the most important, being trust. Staff wants to know that decisions are being made in the best interests of the company and with the best interests of the customer in mind. And additionally, that all team members are being treated fairly and equally. They want to have an opportunity to have development, both personally and professionally. They want to know that you're going to invest in them, and often in return, they will give you their very best. They want to also have a clear understanding of the role that they play in the success of the organization. What do they do, and how does that impact value to the customer and value to their colleagues? The fourth thing is in a sense of influence. And we're going to touch on this because this is where you can really begin to play immediately. So we'll hit this on our second point coming up in a moment. And lastly here for this first section, what they're looking for is an opportunity to have two-way, open and honest, responsible feedback. So what that looks like is they can come to you professionally, oftentimes confidentially, and provide you with what they perceive to be things you're doing well and things that you could do better. And as you are open to their feedback, so too will they be more open to your feedback and act on the kinds of constructive and affirming feedback that you can provide. So now that we've covered these 5 key aspects of an engagement culture, let's go ahead and take a look at where you can play in respect to influence. So how can you begin to impact employee engagement today? As we alluded to in the first section, what you can begin to do is provide an opportunity for your staff to have some genuine influence over their work. And the number one thing that you can do here, this is critical, the number one thing that you can begin to do is allow your staff to create their own performance goals moving forward. And I know a lot of companies and a lot of organizations feel that it's best to give staff goals. And I have never seen an organization regret allowing staff to create their own goals. Typically, staff will be far more willing to generate audacious, large goals if they feel that there will be no punishment for missing the goals. So it's important to take note here. What we're not talking about is allowing staff to dictate their own standards of performance. The baseline is something which is critical. Management, the company owns the standards of performance. However, with respect to goals, so if the standard is the baseline, the goal is a performance level higher than their standard, clearly. And when staff is given the opportunity to create those goals, then we have seen consistently over time a far higher level of commitment, and therefore, because of that level of commitment, a far higher level of performance. Nothing will create a larger amount of change in a shorter amount of time than you being clear on standards and allowing the staff to create their own goals. So in conclusion, we've come to recognize that staff just don't give everything that they can. And the best way that you can go about having an impact there is to take some responsibility, own that, so that you can have a genuine influence and impact on employee engagement. Once again, my name is Dan Demers. I'm the Senior Facilitator and President at ReMission Consulting. We work with clients just like your company, helping you and your colleagues become far more effective leaders. Today we covered really two key ideas so that you can take some action and become a better leader and impact engagement. The first was the 5 key elements of employee engagement based on surveys. What is it that staff want and need? And the last thing we took a quick look at how you can create significant impact beginning today and allowing your staff to have some influence over their workspace. So now you have new tools. You have one specific key area to focus on, and you can become a better manager. Best of luck. Look forward to helping you in the future.